Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Back here with a really cool little update. Kind of in between working on the mini Himalaya there, but something super exciting is I got new trucks and a lot of them. So I've talked about this before. So if you're into trucks and you're into HO scale, you know that Mack R's are kind of spendy and they're really hard to find, especially from Athearn. Athearn used to make a bunch of them and they don't make them anymore. And if you do find them, they're super expensive for some reason. But I came across a new company that produces them. I don't know. Well, it's new to me. I'm sure this company's been out for quite some time. And I looked into them. They make quite a bit of stuff. But I think it's Brakina. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. It looks like Brakina to me. Or Brakina, something like that. But I found that they make Mack R's, and that's what I need for this truck. For the train. So, you guys see here, these were my Mack R stand-ins. These are a Herpa, they're a Herpa truck. The semi itself is a white. The like actual truck name is a white. Did a lot of work to these trucks to modify them to kind of look like I needed them to. And of course that was always something on my list of things to replace eventually and get actual Mack R's in place of these. And I have that now. I went and bought a bunch of these because I have to do some part swapping and frame work and stuff like that. Here you guys can see I've already pulled the sleeper off of this one here. Thankfully they do come with a nice back window detail, so I can pull the sleepers off of some of these that don't need the sleepers. And some of them I'm going to do some work to these sleepers to turn them into like a generator. And then some of them are just not going to have anything like that at all on the back. So lengthwise, they're the same length as the Herpa trucks. I think ride height is going to be about the same too. They do come with smaller axles than what I run. I'm using A-line axles, which are a little bit thicker, and this is more like this is basically like what you got on a regular Athearn truck. I know it's a little hard to see in here, but you guys can kind of see I'm running thicker axles for A-line wheels. So all the trucks are going to get that upgrade. I think I'm going to cut these bumpers down a little bit. They do hang quite low. And you guys can kind of see the ride height difference between the bumpers. This is actually, I actually like this bumper better than these. But I don't think there's an easy way for me to put this on here. So we'll just kind of work with that. But just the fact that we actually have Mack R's now is super exciting. Mack R has always been one of my favorite semis. Loved them even when I was a kid. Of course, when I was a kid, I was big into semis and trucks and stuff like that. And Mack R's were such a cool looking truck to me. So I love that this show utilizes quite a few of them. You guys can see in here I got a bunch more. I'm going to try my best to... I got multiples of the red ones. I got a blue one to try to replace, basically just do a stand-in replace without doing too much work. But of course I will have to do some work to make them look like the actual whichever truck in the train I'm trying to represent. So like if I'm doing this one, I'll have to paint the tanks black, remove the rear fenders, put one front fender on this side. So a lot of little things like that. Black out the grills a little bit more. But I'm going to do my best to try to not repaint every single truck, just so I can keep some of the details, like the little teeny Macks that are printed on here that are super nice. It's going to be a lot of work, but these are fantastic. They have great detailing. They're a little hard to pull apart. They are glued and secured very well. It's not like a Herpa truck where you can just pop stuff off and pop stuff back on and you don't really need glue. These ones are kind of like Athearn trucks where they rely on a lot of glue. So that's going to be kind of a headache. Because some of these that I'm going to be repainting, I need to remove the entire cab and hood off of the frame. But hopefully it won't be too bad. I'm just really excited to have these Mack Rs now. They look awesome. Burkina does a really nice job at the detailing, all the way down to the little Mack dog on there. These stand-in white trucks here, they had like a little hood emblem that's stuck up there. So I mean, they played the part really well. You guys can see, it's not a Mack R, but they worked good as a stand-in, and that's basically just kind of what I needed them for until I could acquire some Mack Rs. And now that I have a bunch of them, and really nice detail too, now we can. I am going to be, of course, reusing the wheels, and that's probably really about it from these trucks. I might try to salvage. Might try to switch out the hitch plates. The Burkina hitch plates are kind of an odd shape. They're almost kind of meant for like some type of a kingpin that can lock in there. I prefer to use the Herpa fifth wheel plates because that's what the majority of all my trailers are set up for. They're either set up for this or like an actual really tiny Athearn fifth wheel hole. But a lot of stuff is set up with the Herpa fifth wheel plates. So I'm probably going to strip those ones off. Plus they're set back pretty far. They're centered right over the rear axle. And I kind of need them up more in between the tandems, like these trucks are. So that'll let me adjust them. These are pretty easy, and I have a ton of them, because when I started this project, I bought a ton of Herpa trucks. Tons of them. More than I needed. So I got a lot of spare parts, which is nice for kind of retrofitting some of that onto these newer Burkina Mack Rs. But these are going to be really cool. They're going to look awesome. Like I said, it's just going to be kind of a struggle to take parts off carefully without breaking anything. Of course, ones that I'm going to be doing a full paint job on, it's going to be a little time consuming. And I'm definitely gonna have to be careful, because I know there's going to be some of that small stuff that I cannot remove. So I'm just going to have to either tape off or paint around stuff. I'm hoping I can get the windows out, so I don't have to try to tape over that stuff on some of these. But either way, they're going to be super awesome when they're done. Just like everything else in this train, it's going to be a lot of work to get these all painted up and taken care of and make sure they look proper. But in the long run, it's something that's very necessary to get away from the stand-in trucks to the actual Mack R trucks that should be on the train. And nothing against Herpa. Herpa just doesn't offer a Mack R. These white semis were literally the best thing I could find as a stand-in. As far as like looks go, they originally came with 2 air cleaners, one on each side. Had to clip one off one side to kind of match the single air cleaner that's on the Mack Rs there. And then the rest of it was pretty much just paint and detail specific for whatever the real life prototype had. So I will be relaying that onto the other ones. So, but just figured I'd give you guys an update and It's definitely exciting to have Mack Rs, legit Mack Rs now. So those look awesome on the trailers. I'm excited to see some of these actually with the trailers that they're going to be on. But I have a lot of work to do. So that's it for this video, guys. Just to update all new Mack Rs. Super excited. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And until next time, take care.